DJ look.
Okay, guys, welcome to another episode.
We can call it that, I guess.
Of Eat and Greet. Yeah. Obviously, for those of you who don't know what Eat and Greet is, we get together every Tuesday with an awesome entrepreneur from the Smart Chicks Coterie, and we interview them just to find out. Hi, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon. Yay!
What
lunching with us too.
Up to. And we really encourage you to bring your lunch, because us solo entrepreneurs or people that don't have business partners can get a bit lonely. And if you're feeling like a Nigel no friends, this is a perfect place to be on a Tuesday.
Absolutely. And you can learn a little bit about somebody else, and maybe you'll either know someone that can help them or you might need their help yourself.
Yeah. So we just want to welcome Danielle Badams.
A day post birthday.
So we've got a few people on with us today. Danielle, hello, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. Mm-hmm. So tell us, Danielle,
awesome.
When you started your business, what were you doing? Like, what has brought you to this point? Who are you?
Yeah, it's quite funny because I'm a life alignment practitioner, and I started the treatment, I guess, for myself. And then I'm like, right, I need to learn this I started 8 years ago.
Wow.
And then I worked up to the modules of, all of a sudden, I'm a qualified practitioner.
Perfect.
And then it's like, I was like, well, okay, so I'm now at a place that I can take this out there and maybe it's going to benefit someone else. So I'm pretty fresh with this. And then that's where I kind of met Court at a coffee group, and kind of it's just fun from there and coming into the world of business, and just learning so much from this group and the sort of things you need to know and do and connect with, and like you can't just sit there and expect a client to come and knock on your door. But also to be with other entrepreneurs that are like-minded, that, it's not all competition, it's not rivalry, it's about, being who we're created to be and sharing the excitement of whatever message we've got to share, and, really boosting each other. And, I love being around like-minded people, moving forward and everything like that. So that's kind of, I'm just a very freshy business entrepreneur.
But I love the fact, you say from that business perspective, you're kind of fresh, but it's 8 years has been your journey in the life alignment sort of field. So you've actually perfectly experienced what you can offer yourself. And I think it's one of the best places to come from in the business space, because you've actually got a lot more than just your little bit of, as far as sometimes the goings-ons you need for the business is second to what got you to there, and all the stuff you've learned along that way. So lots of knowledge to be able to pass on. And,
absolutely. It's a massive transformational, leading edge tool, and to have experienced that and come out on the side of really, just the transformation that's happened in my life has been huge, and I'm literally living day to day, what it feels like for me that should be living.
Of
from that heart space, and like it's just what you guys are about. So
that's good.
Beautiful.
And you have told me in the past that you've come from a bit of a background where you weren't living your ideal life that you wanted to be living. And you're a mum, and you've got 3 beautiful children and a hubby. And I know that you were telling me that you've come a long way in, building faith in yourself and building faith in the laws of attraction, and knowing that when you're living your true self, the best stuff happens. So that really is intrinsically who you are. Like, that's the vibe that I've gotten when I've met you.
On that,
yeah, well, absolutely. And sorry, Kirsty.
I was just going to say, on that note, do you want to share a little bit of the story as to where you were just before you found it and went into it, and what key things it has changed in your life? Because it's going to be a great example of what's possible. So what was life like, and why did you need it, and then what did it do?
Yeah, well, I was in a pretty big mess, very, very deep depression and self-harm, and in a place of, I guess, growing up as a female for me and my family, it was kind of more, you know, you get married and have kids and that's going to be your life. And I ended up doing that, and I went in, I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So it was almost, you know, in a bit of a headset of, you know, that my children and people around me are better off if I wasn't around. So it was a very, very destructive mindset, and a very scary place to be. So having been led to Life Alignment, it's quite amazing how I was even led there. It just kind of happened. And so I did feel, you know, led there. And, you know, it began on the process of discovering me. I had no idea who I was. I was a complete fake.
Yeah.
I was a complete fake, and I did not know who I was in any way.
Wow.
So it's been a beautiful experience to discover that, and to realise that you know, I'm here for a purpose, and I'm here to be a part of, you know, making the world a better place. And, you know, we all are here to do that in whatever way.
Yeah.
And our answers lie within it.
Yeah.
And tell us, so Life Alignment is obviously the business that you have decided to go into, and that's the skill set now that you're utilising to live your message for the world. So tell us, what is Life Alignment?
Yeah, so Life Alignment is an energy healing technique, and it very much we are trained to, with permission, always with permission, to access the person. Everyone has a biocomputer. And it was amazing when Inside Out, the movie, I don't know if anyone's seen Inside Out with their kids or whatever, but like just the way that was done was quite incredible. So it's almost tapping into the subconscious where all those things, all our memories and they're all stored.
Yeah.
So the process is very definitive for the intent that you come to go into the source and the gateway of what the block is. And it can be physical. You could come with a sore knee, or, you know, for me it was very much more emotional, which, you know, but my physical has healed along the way. So it really works on all the subtle levels. And it's really incredible and very, very precise and particular. And we work with chakras and meridians and the energies of the body. So it's not so much massage or touch, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's just it's funny, like, and this is part of me coming into business, is working out with the vastness of what Life Alignment is to bring it in to a precise, catchy way. So this is, you know, guys, this is me still kind of learning this too.
Yeah.
So maybe what would be good is if you could tell us, if I was to come over to your house right now. Now, I know what happens in Life Alignment with Danielle. Yeah. And it's bloody awesome. For the sake of everyone else who haven't been today.
So can I ask one thing quickly? Number one, do they have to come to you, or can you do it over Skype or Zoom or from a distance? And number two, and then
number two, what Kirsty's reading my mind. If I come to your house, what happens? Like, what can I expect from woe to go? Yeah. So do they have to be at your house?
Okay, so no, we can do distance. That's the beauty of energy, is that by connecting to you and your energy, it can flow. It can flow through and connect straight away. So it can definitely be done by distance. So if you were to come to my house, you would come in and you would actually still lay on a massage table. And we use the technique of muscle testing, which is used in kinesiology as well, to access the person's energy field and biocomputer and your higher self. Your higher self is always looking out for you, wanting the best for you, and knows the answers for you. But we often don't listen to it.
Yeah.
So we're trained to go through the body with that. And we use, I did actually bring a couple, we use charts. So I am a facilitator of your energy. It doesn't go through me. I use the charts, and it will give me clues as to pinpointing the closest pinpoint of where we're going to go and the work that we're going to do. So it's all through chart.
So when I've worked with you, you've been able to pinpoint underlying issues where there might be some emotional resistance to something. There might be some, even the specifics of, there might be some tension at home for whatever reason, or you might be getting frustrated by your children in a particular area. And you've even told me things like, specific to body parts and I don't know, like deficiencies in particular vitamins or whatever we've talked about. And you have been very spot on with exactly what's happening at home without knowing what's happening at home. And then given me strategies to actually go and utilise. And it might be simple strategies like, for you, I think that you need to go and spend some time meditating for 10 minutes a day in this particular type of meditation. Or speak to your children in a particular way to get this particular emotion cleared for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, behind any physical is a story, a cellular memory, and we hold on to them for certain belief systems, even our DNA, and even working with allergies. And there's always the root cause that builds and builds, because it's a message to us that something needs to happen. Because I love how I think it's Louise Hay. Our bodies are to live in ease, and when we're not in that, we get dis-ease, and it's usually a last resort for our bodies trying to say, listen to me. I'm trying to tell you something. And we've got a mentality of, I'm going to fight it, and I'm fighting disease and everything like that. We're at war with our bodies, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
So it's really a beautiful way to look at our bodies, to look at how we've been created, and how we have the right to live on this earth, to thrive, to be individuals. And it creates harmony, and it's really beautiful.
It is beautiful. You can see the passion and belief and everything within you, and it's so awesome to have you in the group to really share that and have people even understand that it exists, because there's so many people you could help to tap into that.
And you help children as well, don't you, Danielle?
Yes. And that was a big one for me, because I saw, that reminds me, I had massive anger issues. Really, I would snap and become irrational, and it scared me. And there was a time, in front of my eldest, that he experienced me kind of, I guess, losing control. And And then later on, I saw him showing signs of anger that I had, and it scared me so much. So yeah, I really, really jumped into learning it, I guess, in the first place to help clear it through the line, because we hold ourselves and we create our children. But what happens when we create our children is cells multiply. They can become stronger. Wow. But that's not in fear. It's not fearing, oh my goodness. The beauty is that through these energies and through these modalities, you know, that we've got tapping and journey work and NLP and so many beautiful modalities to work with the right sort of people, and you know, to clear these. They're not stuck. And I think that was a huge realization for me, is that, you know, I didn't want to keep living the way I was living because I felt stuck. I didn't see a way out. And, you know, having life alignment being a way out for me into you know, not living into living, has just opened up the world that there are so many ways to become unstuck.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, awesome.
So if I came to you and I thought, well, actually, no, I would love, if it's okay, Danielle, to ask, I don't know if you guys can access the chat box, but it would be great if someone wanted to sort of put, or Trudy's just said talking to cells. That's my language. Yeah. Does anyone have an example of something that they're feeling emotionally, or an injury that they would be happy to just share? Because Danielle might be able to actually take you through the process that she would take you through just by telling her about that. So does anyone want to share something? Okay, so Trudy's got a right hand shoulder and it's feeling like it's been locked up forever. So Danielle, what would the process be with Trudy?
Yeah, so the process would be that we would work out the priority body point. And the funny thing is, it may not even be the shoulder.
Yeah.
Because our bodies are connected. So we always have a physical body point that we would find, and the shoulder would be in there, whether it's the priority point or one of the linking points in the body. And straight away, you know, the right side we know is the masculine side of us, and quite often, you know, father side, and shoulders are about burdens, you know, what burdens we're carrying. So straight away, as a practitioner, we can kind of get an idea of what sort of emotions could be brought up in this manner. So once we find the priority body points in the circuits of the physical body, through the charts, we connect the emotions. We could get 1 or 2 emotions. We could even get a time frame, which could even go back. You know, I've had a balance where I've gone back 100 years into a belief system that I've held on to for so long. And it just blew my mind, because you think a certain way and you think that's truth, but it doesn't serve you. And you go through this and you realize, oh my goodness, I can be free of this. So it gives you understanding as well of where these things come from. Which is just, it is really, really exciting.
And Trudy has just said as well that she was in a car accident where her car got written off and the right-hand side was smashed, which has obviously contributed to that shoulder. But I would imagine the pain 8 months later could be held onto as a result of what you're talking about versus the initial reason for the pain.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's like that, if not listening, often you will keep bringing in the same cycle of, you know, so of the right side, until you get a big wake up call, like a car accident or something, because you make a big life change when you have something like a car accident.
Yeah.
It's a big life changing thing, and you do wake up and you do listen.
Yeah.
Trudy, so, but yeah,
yes, she's got it. I just moved house.
Yeah, she made a massive life change. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. that life is always teaching us, and you know, even the belief of good and bad, of things that come into our life, if we can let go of the belief of that and think, right, what can I learn from this? Or you think, you know, the classic, oh, this always happens to me. Well, you know, that it's always going to keep happening. So it's like, okay, this happened, it wasn't great, but how can I grow? How can I learn? How can I overcome it? And then all of a sudden it disappears. So, you know, this can work with relationships. It can work with, like, I know it saved my marriage. Because of the state of self-hate for myself, I probably persecuted my husband the most.
Yeah.
And like I you know, it's a horrible thing to think that I did treat him horribly, but you know, it's about taking responsibility. I finally looked in the mirror and said, do you know what? Where you're at is not okay. What you're doing is not okay.
Yeah, and not where you want it to be.
And would you say that by utilising what you call a balance and life alignment strategies, it helped you to understand what your own limiting beliefs were, pinpointed emotionally what the cause of those beliefs were, even going back to past lives?
Yeah.
Getting awareness of that helps you move forward.
Yeah.
So are we on the right track?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, and I love the law of attraction as well. That, you know, so life alignment is the tool that I use.
Thumbs up.
But I also delve into, you know, I've read The Journey by Brandon Bays, and I love doing journey work, and I love tapping, and I've listened to Abraham Hicks on YouTube for hours and years. Like your frequency just goes from here, like.
I know.
So
awesome. So should we talk offers? Should we talk? Yes. What you're putting together, what you're offering at the moment, and what you'd maybe like to offer both the Smart Chicks Coterie and then the members of the group as well.
Yeah. So this has been a new thing for me. Is you know, learning to charge for what this is, and you know, having dealt with a relationship with the frequency of money is really exciting. So I did write some stuff down. I haven't even looked at it. So usually, like, I feel really comfortable charging $100 for a session at the moment, and so I'd like to offer Smart Chicks an $80 session for would be about an hour to an hour and a half, depending, you know, on the individual working.
Awesome.
And then for the Smart members, I would love to offer a $60 session. So
wow. Okay.
Really,
really exciting. One for my son and one for me.
Trying to get her in.
Well, I talked to Danielle about this ages ago, and I just
wow, that's fantastic, Danielle.
Even babies. I've balanced my baby girl Harmony a few times, and just to get where she's at. And when you connect to someone's higher self, you're going into their heart space. Like you know, you think, oh, she's a little rat bag toddler, but you know, you get their little story of what's going on, and you're like, oh, they're so beautiful. They're just trying to communicate with me, or this is why they're at. You know, there's always a reason behind.
Yeah.
You know, hurt people put up protection, and then they go about in, you know, kind of destructive ways to get attention. You know, and if you can look past that, and we look at one another from the heart space, you know, we've all got that story, that the hurts and whatever that's going on, and it is about us. It's not often about the other person. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. But
it does. It's all about
humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So
hitting the phone out of my hand.
She'll think of you.
Yeah. That's on.
Yeah. It's all me.
Don't be getting frustrated, Court.
It's not letting people treat you or your kids treat you like garbage, because it's like you set up good boundaries. I did, like I do deserve respect, and I'm not going to allow her to harm me in a way, but to work with her rather than just think, oh, she's a brat sort of thing. But to really work together from a place of good boundaries. Really important to have good boundaries.
Yeah.
Which is part of what we do as well. Set boundaries.
Danielle, we're going to actually put your offer into the members lounge, and also obviously make sure that you promote it on Promo Wednesday tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I actually wanted to ask you, because I've watched your journey as a businesswoman, and it's been exciting. And have you got any golden nuggets for other entrepreneurs, like mums maybe, that are thinking about getting started and they're feeling a bit nervous?
The juggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's asking for help and just being okay where you're at. And even I watched the little Oprah clip yesterday, and I think there was a real golden nugget in there that we spoke about at coffee. And it was like, when you feel overwhelmed, just take a moment to sit back and be still.
Mm.
And then just one step.
Yeah, the next best.
Or one person, just allow, and it will come. Because I know, like, overwhelm is one of the biggest blocks. Yeah. And so I connected with Trudy on Friday, and it was just like the perfect little piece of gold at the perfect time. And thank you, Trudy.
Oh, you.
we just chatted, and we're like old friends. Like we it's like, do I know you?
Probably.
Past life stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, and getting, you guys have been my my opening into business, and a bit of somewhere to go, because you've given me an opening into stepping into what all of this is, and seeing what people do and what would benefit me at the time. And there have been individuals at different times where we are going to service each other, and that's what it's that's the beauty of it, and that's what it's about.
Yeah,
we value one another, we can help one another, and
and
we're not meant to be in this world alone.
No, that's exactly right. So do we have any questions? Is there anybody online that's got any other questions that maybe they feel is still short there, Danielle?
It's just frozen on our end. Danielle's looking very, very happy.
Oh.
Does anyone have any questions? They can unmute themselves or write it in the chat. Whatever.
No.
Let's have a look.
Claire, no.
Yes,
no. There we are.
No.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. We'll upload this onto the Think You Fit platform for everyone.
Yes.
And you'll also find us on YouTube. And thank you so much.
The Coterie link will be put in underneath.
That's exactly right. Bye.
Bye.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.